This one is gonna get mucky. Today we're on a kitchen extractor system clean, and we're going to reveal the secrets of a restaurant kitchen and exactly what it takes to keep a restaurant kitchen clean. The extractor system is the highest fire risk within a restaurant and within the commercial kitchen, and they have to be cleaned on a very regular basis. We're here for the 3 monthly clean on this one, so this has only been 3 months since the last clean. Let's dive in, have a look at the condition of the system and exactly what we've got to do to get it up to the right condition. So here we go. For those of you who don't know, this is the extraction canopy for a kitchen extractor system. You've got inlet here, so this brings fresh air in and this takes the fresh air out. This also regulates the gases that are in the kitchen, so you have to make sure that you're taking all the bad gases out basically, and you're bringing in all clean fresh air from the intake. As you can see by all the appliances in here, whilst you're cooking you generate lots of grease, and in this particular case lots of soot because of the charcoal from that grill up into the system. And that's where the black gets really interesting, but it clogs the system as it goes up. It gets into the filters, makes the filters really bad, and also gets onto the fan, which we're going to jump up onto the roof in a second to have a better look at that one as well. What we need to do is we need to get all of this clean down here. We need to remove all of the grease, all of the fire risk, and get this system as clean as we possibly can get it, with the best airflow we can possibly get it. The better airflow you've got, the less gases in here, the better it is for the kitchen staff to work at. First things first though, we need to clean down some of the pots and pans, cover up some stuff, and then crack on with the cleaning. Look into it and just dig in basically and see what we can do. It's never a clean system, it's always in a bad state. They are supposed to be they will be going 3 monthly. So that'll help, because I think last time when you did it they were well overdue. They were at 5 or 6 months, weren't they? Yeah. So now it's been raised up to the higher management. They are adamant, no, 3 monthly every time, keep it on time and go from there. So yeah, but we'll jump in and crack on basically. We're going to need a few dust sheets to try and cover up and stuff like that as well if we can. I'll clear all the pots and pans off, stuff like that. Joe should be here soon as well. I think he's running a little bit late judging by his tracker. But yeah, we'll crack on and get jumped in. Personally, so looking at that build up there, what solutions would you all use? Foamed it? Did it come off right when you foamed it? Yeah? It's a little bit borderline for me. It's kind of like, I don't know if it's just before it needs gel or if it is definitely gel. So I don't disagree. If you're happy with foam, then we'll foam it and we'll keep on it. But if we decide, what you might find is the foam doesn't quite take it far enough back. Essentially, like I say, we need to try and get this literally as clean as we can possibly get it this time. In all the different areas, and it's not easy to reach. I appreciate that. That gully in there always gets thick with oil, and the top section up there is interesting. Let's say that the duct in here. So this section in the middle, basically, as you'll probably remember, Alex. Obviously, you've got a big square duct that goes up, haven't you? And then you've got a big access hatch on that. Easiest way to clean this system is to literally climb into that section of duct. Literally climb into it and clean around it, and it's quite straightforward then. So, all right, I'll keep clearing this off and then we'll crack into it. on the roof, we've got all this duct in here. So this here is the system, the ducting from below. So this is the exit, which I'll show you up in a second. So it comes up from below from the canopy and then goes that way. It then goes on top of itself over there and then back round. We've got carbon filters in there, electrostatic, and then it exits out. So there's a lot to get to, a lot to clean, but we'll open it up and we'll have a look and crack on basically. As you can see, this section here is the section that you basically have to climb into. If you look at the build up there, that's all clogging up there and causing more friction. The more build up, the more friction for the fan, and that's what puts pressure under the system and increases the fire risk. We've got build up in there as well, and we'll need to foam all of that and get that all nice and clean. But the only way that we're going to be able to do this one is literally climb in it to actually fully clean it. If we don't climb in there, we can't reach it. The ducting is just too big to use any kind of brush system or anything like that. So we need to climb in, climb down, give it all a good clean, and then come out and finish. So what happens is the air comes in through there and the fan pulls it up and pushes it out there, which then goes through the carbon filters. One of the issues we have is because it's installed so tightly to this side, you can see the handles there, or at least I think I can. That is for the access of the other side of the fan, which they've obviously restricted. So we're only going to be able to do so much from that side of the fan anyway. Now you may be thinking, why is this process so manual? Surely there is an easier way. And you would be right, there are lots of different methods out there of cleaning extractor systems and lots of different equipment. There's even a system out there now that allows you to clean using dry ice. Haven't tested that one yet, but maybe that's a future video for sure. So why do we do it in the manual way? Well, first of all, let me tell you this. Every single extractor system is different and you have to approach every different system with the right method for that system. Now we have the mechanical brush system to clean in the ductings, and we have other equipment as well. But being very honest about it, in my experience, typically the manual method not only gives you the best results at the end of it, but it creates the least amount of mess with the least amount of disruption to the kitchen or the customer. The most shouted about method would obviously be using the pressure washer system. So you will see videos where they plastic everything, especially in America, they will jet wash all of their systems off. Their systems are very different to ours. They're usually larger as well. The problem is with that method here in the UK is the fact that the kitchens are small, the kitchens are tight, they're very rarely watertight, so it creates a lot of mess. You have an issue getting the equipment to the different areas, and that's where it makes things very difficult. We do focus on the smaller systems. Our niche isn't the huge, great big systems. There are bigger companies than us that deal with those, and we know what we're good at, and we are good at the more independent restaurants and things like that, where we can really make a difference. We can do it cost effectively, and we can do a really good job every single time we go there in a short amount of time with a little amount of disruption. So yes, here the hands-on manual method is really important. And on this particular site, it would be very, very difficult to use anything other. Even our brushes are not used in this system because the ducting is just so big. You can't run a brush of that size. So we're done in there, all of that's done, that section's done, fan's done. Guys are just finishing up downstairs, they need to do the filters. Now we've got to put it all together and then we need to test the airflow and then we've got the post clean pack to do. So we're going to get it all back together and then I'm going to show you the post clean pack a little bit later on. The thing is, every single system is different. You never see two systems that are exactly the same. And this one is particularly different because the fan itself is, yes, within a box, but you can see by these hooks up here that it's literally been craned in, and that's the type of box it's in. But the trouble is, it's got way too little access to actually fully clean the fan. And as I was saying earlier, you should be able to access the other side so you can clean both sides. We've been able to reach about halfway, but we haven't been able to reach both sides. And I think that's part of the customer's problem, is the fan is going to have build up on the other side. So you need to try and figure out a way how to fix that. Now, once the clean is all done, we are still not finished. We have to provide the full post-clean pack. That is all the information that is required for the insurance company, the fire risk assessor, and usually the health inspector as well. So it's all about the paperwork on this clean, and your paperwork needs to be as good as your cleans. For that, we have an app. So we have created an app on our phones that allows us to input all the information and basically very quickly create the report that the customer needs. That will consist of a cover letter. A certificate, the full post-clean report, which is a multi-page report detailing everything we've done, any issues within the system, any areas you can't reach, any future considerations, all of that different stuff, quite a long document. And then it also has the before and after pictures, which is also very, very important. However, a little extra tip here for you. If you are a restaurant owner or someone that uses a service for kitchen extractor system cleaning, your pictures can be such an easy way to tell whether the clean is good. But it's not just as simple as looking, oh yeah, that's dirty, that's clean. It's also looking at the angles. What we see within the industry is people taking pictures at very clever angles because all they've done is clean certain parts of the system. Where it starts to get complicated or time consuming, they just don't picture it. And that is a real big issue within the kitchen extractor system cleaning sector. So there we have it, the kitchen extractor system cleaning secrets revealed. I hope you found this video interesting and you can now see exactly what goes into a restaurant kitchen extractor system clean. It's not clean work, that's for sure. It's dirty, it's mucky, but it's very, very important to keep those fire risks down. Thank you very much for watching. If you have enjoyed this episode, please do click that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell. We've got some really interesting cleans coming your way soon, as well as some amazing how-to videos and our unique look behind the scenes series of Behind the Cleans. Thank you very much, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye.